As a guy in self improvement, it is easy to fall into a rut. Maybe you go to the gym in the morning or to school, maybe to work. You come home in the afternoon, and now you've been productive in the morning, sure. It is still kind of easy because yeah, the gym's kind of easy to do. School, yeah, it's whatever. Now you come home, and now you have this space of like 7, 8 hours before you need to go to bed. And here are two problems. I first wanted to say that you are bored, but that's, I think, for guys like us and self improvement, we aren't bored because we know what we need to do. You can meditate, you can journal, you can work on your own business. It's not necessarily that. It is, we know what we need to do, but we do not have the capacity anymore. Why? All our mental energy has been sapped away from us in the morning. See, you might think, okay, school maybe is not that tasking for me. So not that much of my mental energy will be sapped. So when I come home from the gym and school, it's like 3 p.m. and I still have 60% of my mental energy because I did not really focus that much whilst I was doing those things. But you are so wrong if you think that way. It is more like 15% brain energy left. When you are at the gym, constantly you are listening to music, either your own or just the regular gym music that they play. You are hearing all these noises, random screams of guys doing a PR, you counting your sets, your reps, progressive overload. In school, you hear people talk all the time. Maybe you're not concentrating, but all the time, your brain is consuming information and information, subconscious, without you knowing it. Now you come home and you've not really been focusing on anything because, as I said earlier, it's kind of easy. And now you find yourself wanting to do a hard work task for 2 hours, but you just can't. Look, I can sit here like pretending to be cool and an alpha male. Yeah, I just have discipline and I can work 24 hours a day. No, look, I'm just a human being. We are all human beings. You cannot do that. What is the consequence? You end up doing something which is not that mentally demanding. Watching porn. I don't think this is really mentally demanding. You binge watch Netflix, you just sit down, and whilst it's still hyper stimulated for your brain, you do not really need to focus. You eat junk food. You do bad habits because your brain capacity is empty. You cannot do the hard tasks that you set for yourself. Two quick solutions. The first one is preventive, preventative, I don't know how you call it. And the second one then is if you do happen to be in this state in the afternoon where you're mentally sapped, but you have a huge block of time, what can you do instead? But first, how can we prevent this from happening in the first place? By waking up earlier. And not just waking up earlier and then start doing nonsense. Waking up earlier and eating the frog before our normal routine. Maybe you go to school at 9 till 1, and then 1 to 3 is the gym, and then you go home. If we wake up at 5 a.m. and we go work really hard for 3 hours in the morning on whatever task, maybe it is just meditating, journaling, all the stretching, all the good self improvement habits. especially in your beginning phase. Don't immediately start a business. Then you've already done the hardest stuff of your day. That's eating the frog, right? Eating a frog means you have a plate of food and you have a frog. I give you the choice. Either you can eat the frog now and then eat your normal food later, or you eat your normal food now and after you've finished your dinner, then you need to eat a frog. Most people choose the last option. They first do the things that feel kind of productive, kind of easy, and then at the end of the day, oh, now I need to eat a frog, and then they skip it altogether, postpone it to the next day, and the next, and the next, and 2 months from now, you've still not done that single thing that's in your agenda for 60 straight days. What you need to do is first do it is not really that uncomfortable either, but it is less comfortable than going to school or whatever. It's you don't really need to think about it. You do the hard thing in the morning, and then when your brain capacity is this curve, right? It slows down, and now you're not really that sharp anymore. Sharp, I think is the right word. Then it's okay because you do not really need to do anything because you've already done the hard tasks, and now you can just fill it up with reading and going outside. Which is the second point. If for whatever reason you do not do this, but you do go to school, to work, to the gym, you come home, now you have this period of time. What should I do now? Because we can say, yeah, discipline, I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah, but you're not. You're going to work it for 10 minutes and then you're just going to randomly stand up from your desk and go and watch TV in the living room. We need to be realistic. We can look at our agenda. Like I have my own agenda here. You should have multiple points each day. And you can be realistic here, just sitting, okay, this is not going to all succeed today. If I try to do it all, I'm actually going to accomplish nothing. What I should do instead now is cross a few away and place them to next day, for example. Instead, we choose just one or two tasks, and with our remaining concentration and energy which is left, we just throw that on that, so that at least we get something done. And then you can look back at the end of your day and think, okay, it was not ideal, but I have managed to significantly reduce the amount of damage that could be done. I did not do any bad habits, which usually happens in such a period when it's just so overwhelming and I need to do 5, 6 more things in 3 hours. Oh, I'm so stressed. Oh, let's ejaculate. Oh! That's so counterintuitive, counterproductive. We want to avoid it. Eat the frog. That's the main principle in this entire video. If you just do that, you won't need the second part. But I know, like for myself, that saying, yes, I'm going to eat the frog tomorrow, it's really easy until you wake up and it's cold and you shower and you're kind of a bit groggy and now you're kind of wasting time and you need to go to the gym now or to work, and before you know it, you're already sucked in the same routine. I hate it. I'm managing to break out now. I'm not a expert right now. I'm here just sharing my journey with you. So I'm sharing what else with me. Am I eating the frog every single morning? No. Am I from time to time doing the bad habit? Unfortunately, yes, but it's getting significantly less frequent. I want to leave it by that. Just take those two tips. In the first place, just eat the frog. Make sure you do all the hard things in the morning, and then if for whatever reason you end up with a huge bracket of time, Just choose one or two tasks of which you planned for that day. Just do them, do that, which will be relatively easy for you, and then the rest of your day just fill it up with non-concentrating good habits. So maybe it's not meditating for you, but it's going out for a walk. Yeah, I think that's it, man. Have a nice evening.